Ever wondered if you could be a YouTube star?
Without ever showing your face.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Turns out you totally can.
it's wild, right?
It really is. So, we're doing a deep dive today into Faceless YouTube.
Channels that get tons of views and subscribers, but you...
Never see the person behind them.
Yeah, and it really goes against that old idea that it
To be
has,
super charismatic on camera to make it on YouTube.
right? It's all about the content itself.
Before we dive in, I am Mark, part of the Zinni Studio team.
And I am Zara. Welcome to the first AI podcast by Zinni Studio.
Our source today is a transcript from Zinni's tutorial video on how to start a faceless YouTube with AI.
That can make you thousands of dollars in just a few weeks.
So let's say I want to start a faceless channel.
Okay, I like it.
What are the absolute must-knows? Like, what do I absolutely have to understand to...
Well, first you've got to pick a niche.
Okay,
And that is seriously important. It's like the foundation of your whole channel.
I see. It's...
Like finding that perfect piece of land to build your YouTube mansion on.
Okay, got it. So how do I pick the right niche?
Yes.
The tutorial mentioned some examples like AI, health and fitness, finance, even travel. Can I just... they'll click one of those, or is there more to it?
Those are definitely popular, but the real key is to find a niche that has two things. Good search volume, which means people are actually looking for that stuff online, but it isn't super crowded already. You don't want to get lost in a sea of a million other channels.
So it's all about finding that sweet spot. Something you love, but that other people are interested in.
Right. Something you're passionate about that also has an audience.
Okay, so this is getting strategic.
Totally.
And speaking of things that are maybe a little strategic or hard to understand, the tutorial also uses a lot of like YouTube jargon.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of that.
And it's like, I felt like I was learning a new language. Things like CTR, watch time, CPM.
You'll see a ton of acronyms on this journey.
Okay,
But don't worry, we'll break down the important ones.
awesome.
Starting with CTR, which means click-through rate. And it's basically like a popularity score for your videos.
Okay,
Like a high CTR means that people are actually clicking on your video in the search results.
got it. So that's good
Very good.
because it means people are interested.
Right. It tells YouTube that people actually want to watch what you're making.
Okay, I like that.
So they're more likely to show it to even more people. Makes sense? And then there's watch time, which is pretty simple. It's basically just how long people watch your videos.
Longer they watch.
The better. YouTube thinks your content is more valuable if people stick around.
So I have to keep people glued to their screens, no bathroom breaks.
Exactly. High watch time means YouTube thinks your videos are engaging.
I got it. Okay,
And that, again, leads to YouTube promoting your videos more.
makes sense.
Now, CPM stands for cost per mil,
Okay,
which sounds complicated,
it does sound complicated.
but really, it's just the amount of money you could earn
Okay, for...
every 1,000 views.
oh, okay. This is where it gets interesting. So more watch time and a higher CTR can lead to more.
Money?
Yeah, more money.
Exactly. That's why all these metrics are so important. Okay, it's not just numbers on a screen, it's really how your channel's doing.
Okay, so strategy is a big part of this.
Totally.
Speaking of strategy, I really liked that the Zinni talked a lot about using free tools to get started.
Yeah, you don't need a bunch of fancy equipment,
Right, and I'm all about free.
of course.
So what are some of the free tools Zinni recommends?
Well, she mentioned ChatGPT,
Okay, I've heard of that.
which can help you come up with ideas
Uh-huh.
and even write scripts for your videos.
Oh, wow.
And then there's Canva.
I use Canva all the time
Yeah, it's great.
for like social media and stuff.
It's great for designing thumbnails. And then for screen recording, which you'll probably be doing a lot of, she recommends OBS.
Which,
Is free and open source software.
wow, so I can pretty much set up my whole channel for free.
You pretty much can.
Now, what about actually planning the channel itself?
Well, the tutorial walks you through how to brainstorm channel names, which I know can be
Super hard.
the hardest part for people. It's like naming a kid.
I know, you...
Want something catchy, memorable, and obviously relevant to your content.
right. By the way, if you are interested in the tutorial, click on the link in the description box.
Zinni actually suggests using AI tools like ChatGPT to help come up with ideas.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah, you can feed it some keywords related to your niche, and it can do its magic.
That's smart. Yeah. What about logos and banners?
Canva's perfect for that.
Okay, cool.
She shows you how to design logos and banners using Canva's templates and tools.
Awesome.
But the key is to just be creative and come up with branding.
Right.
That really reflects your niche.
Okay, so we've got the tools. We've got the channel set up. Now we need to talk content, right?
You got it. Content is king or queen.
Uh-huh.
On YouTube,
Makes sense. Before we continue, a word from Zinni.
By the way, if you're new here, I am Zinni and I make videos on how to use AI to create different types of faceless YouTube channels, as well have online businesses to help you generate additional income. If this type of topic interests you, make sure to subscribe to get more videos just like this one.
Next, she gets into the script writing process.
Yep.
And uses the example of creating an AI animation tutorial. And get this.
What?
She recommends using ChatGPT again to write parts of the script.
Wow. So the AI is writing our scripts for us now.
Well, not exactly. Think of it more like a tool, not a replacement for your creativity.
Gotcha.
Can help you get started if you're stuck or get writer's block, but you're the captain of this ship, you know?
Makes sense.
The source also talks about how important it is to make engaging content. You know, like using hooks to grab people's attention and adding in visual elements to keep them interested.
Okay, and speaking of visuals, what about the voiceover?
Yeah, that's key for a faceless channel. You've got two options there. You can record your own voiceover, which means you'd need a mic. Or to keep it free,
Free?
you can use AI-generated voices.
Really?
Yeah, there are some really good ones out there now.
Wow,
Sounds so natural. AI tool like Levin Labs has very good ones.
that's cool.
It really just depends on, how comfortable you are and the style you're going for.
So we've got the script, we've got the visuals, we've got the voiceover. Now we need to edit all that together into a nice-looking video.
Right. So the tutorial recommends CapCut for that, which is a free video editing tool.
I've heard of that.
It's super easy to use.
Cool.
And has all the basics. Yeah. Like, you can add transitions, music, sound effects, even captions.
Captions are a must.
Totally.
Not just for accessibility, but because...
So many people watch videos on mute these days.
I know, right?
Yeah, totally. Oh, and here's a cool little tip from Zinni.
Okay.
She even shows you how to get rid of the AI watermark in CapCut.
I like those kinds of tips.
Yeah, it's helpful, right? To make your videos look pro.
Awesome. So the video's edited, it's looking sharp. Time to upload it to YouTube.
Time for the real strategy.
Okay, so what happens now?
So uploading is just the first step.
Okay.
To do well, you need to optimize your video.
Okay.
Which means, adding a catchy title.
Right.
Picking the right category, using the right tags.
And all that helps YouTube. What?
It helps YouTube figure out what your video is all about.
Got it. And show it to the right people. Okay, and what about those timestamps I've seen on videos?
Timestamps.
Yeah, are those important?
They're great.
Okay.
They let people jump to the parts they actually want to see.
Yeah.
But here's the thing.
Right.
Zinni says that making timestamps actually helps YouTube understand your video better too.
Oh, wow.
Which can help you rank higher in searches.
So it helps YouTube, and it helps the viewers.
Exactly. A win-win.
Love that.
And of course, we can't forget about the thumbnail.
The thumbnail?
Yeah, the first thing people see.
Right. Gotta make it good.
Think of it as like a visual hook.
Okay.
You want something that's going to stand out and make people want to click?
Right.
Zinni recommends researching good thumbnails in your niche and then kind of putting your own spin on it.
Got it.
So you're not just copying, you're making it your own.
Okay, so we covered picking a niche.
Yeah.
We talked about finding free tools,
Mm-hmm.
creating the videos, editing them, and now we've talked about getting them ready for YouTube.
It's a whole process.
But there's one big question left.
Oh, yeah.
How do we make money from all of this?
That's where monetization comes in.
Okay.
And there are actually a few different ways to do it. The tutorial talks about two main tiers
Okay.
of monetization within YouTube itself.
Okay.
The first one is fan funding, which includes things like Super Chat, Super Thanks, and channel memberships. And this tier is a little easier to get into.
Okay.
So even smaller channels can make some money.
So you don't have to be like a YouTube giant
To get,
started.
you can start earning money from fans, even with a smaller channel.
Okay, I like that.
And then the second tier is the YouTube Partner Program, which is where the real money is. But that one has tougher requirements.
Like what?
You need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours.
So I need to build up my channel a bit before I can...
Exactly. Before you can unlock all the monetization options.
The tutorial also mentions some other things, like affiliate marketing and sponsorships.
Right. Those are definitely things you can look into as your channel grows. But for now, let's just focus on those first videos.
Okay, so we just went through the entire process
We did.
of starting a faceless YouTube channel.
Pretty much.
It's amazing.
It is.
One can do so much with a little know-how and the right tools.
You don't need to be a tech genius or anything.
Right. And before we wrap up this part of our deep dives, I want to ask a question.
Okay, hit me.
Knowing all these steps, what unique spin can one bring to the world of faceless YouTube channels? Does it have to include what one is passionate about?
Absolutely. And think about the kind of content you could create.
So even though I'm not showing my face, I can still connect with people, right?
Yeah, for sure.
How?
You can tell stories, like weave little narratives into your videos, whether they're tutorials or you're explaining something. It just makes the information more memorable, more relatable.
Okay, but realistically, starting a YouTube channel is still kind of scary.
It can be, but remember those key things we talked about. Finding your niche, focusing on quality, being strategic. Those are your guideposts, your roadmap.
Okay, so start with my passion. Find that niche and then just start creating.
Exactly. Don't get stuck in your head, just start making videos. And plus, there are tons of faceless YouTubers already.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're a great resource.
Totally. Okay, so we've covered a lot today, decoded all the mysteries of Faceless YouTube channel and learned how to make money. But before we wrap up, one final thought for our listeners. Over to you, Zinni.
Thanks, Mark and Zara. You've heard all about Faceless YouTube channels. You've got the knowledge and tools, and hopefully you've got something you're dying to share. The possibilities are endless. You just need to be willing to put yourself out there. The detailed tutorial discussed today can be found in the description box below. If you are interested in how this podcast was created with AI, watch out for the next video. Thanks for joining us. Keep learning, keep creating, and keep diving deep.